Good day. Hopefully you found the sheets that say Properties Measurement Summary. This is going to be a massive test, lots of things to know, and up here reminds you should bring a calculator to the test. Well, we started with a massive PowerPoint on properties, but I'm going to start the summary by looking at measurement because we really care about it when we study density. So when we talk about measurement, we're talking about direct measurement and indirect measurement. Direct measurement requires only one measurement. So for the mass of a solid, volume of a liquid, they are both examples of direct measurement. Indirect measurement requires more than one measurement. So for getting the mass of a liquid, you have to get the mass of the container first, then the total mass of the liquid and the container, and you find the difference to get the mass of the liquid. That is indirect. To get the volume of a solid, we're either going to calculate it based on its shape, if it has a convenient shape, or we're going to have to use displacement, where we put water into a graduated cylinder, record that volume, add the odd-shaped solid, get a new volume with the water and the odd-shaped solid, and find the difference to get the volume of the solid. C talks about uncertainty in every measurement, estimate last digit. That is not something we will focus on. You should know the definition of the word property. This is the definition I'm after, not one that you may have Googled. So any observable fact that can be used to describe or identify a particular material. Obvious properties we have direct access to via our senses. So things that we can see, like state, color, those are obvious properties. We can feel, so our sense of touch can be used to get the texture. Clarity, luster, odor, using our sense of smell. Taste, of course, is not permitted generally. It would be a useful property, but it can be very dangerous. Ductility and malleability are other obvious properties. All these other properties require equipment and or measurement, and there may be other ones that you've encountered in this unit. So physical property, what we've talked about here, these are all examples of physical properties. A chemical property actually alters the material. You'll end up forming a different material when you investigate a chemical property. So flammability, corrosiveness would be examples of chemical properties. We did a lab that involved the dissecting microscope, and it allowed us to get the crystal shape. And these are three shapes that you must memorize. Sodium chloride, cubes, potassium nitrate involves a diamond shape, and aluminum potassium, I believe that should say sulfate. So let's make that sulfate. It gives us these sort of globular crystals. You did a lab that involved melting point, freezing point, and boiling point. Well, it didn't involve boiling point, but that was where you melted the urinal puck material, and then you froze it, and then you recorded the data. Every 30 seconds you recorded temperature, and you had to make a graph. We showed you via video how to do that graph, and on the test you will be given data. You'll have to make a graph, and from the graph you will have to determine the identity of the unknown material. So that's part one of the summary. Part two is going to focus on the density, and that will be in the next video.